Hi, my friends. Do you have any spring celebrations coming up where you're going to be hosting or you're going to throw a little party or a little get together? In today's video, I have 4 tablescapes for you for spring, and I can't wait to show you. Hi, I'm Bonnie Overman. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope my channel will inspire you to be more productive, creative, and stylish at any age, always on a budget. You know I'm going to be 75 this year, and I just say it because if I can do it, I know you can do it too at any age. I have confidence in you. I want to thank all my wonderful friends, all my dear sweet subscribers that take the time to watch my videos and comment. You really touch my heart. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. You don't want to miss every month. I have different themes. Then I do decor and tables and paper crafts around those themes, a couple projects too, and I hold myself accountable. And if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel. All right, I got 4 tablescapes for you. And remember, if you don't do formal tables, you can take my centerpiece and put it on a mantle, put it on a coffee table. So they're ideas also for color. You might say, oh, I really love the blue and white with a touch of brown, or I love the pink table. All those things you can translate into decor for your home too. But I got some great tables for you. The first one is going to be I bring it out every year. It's my black background with the florals everywhere. It's got every kind of color and flowers on it. It's one of my absolute favorite prints. I used to have it in my house when I had Country French, and I made a tablecloth out of it. And we're going to see Audrey the duck, you know, my cute little duck I got at Hobby Lobby. I named after my mom that's passed away. Number 2 is going to be blue and white with birds. So adorable. Blue and white is everyone's favorite. The next one is I have quilt print and it's going to be with florals. And because this month it's flowers, birds, and butterflies. And it's just so beautiful. It's from Hobby Lobby. You guys, you can just go buy some fabric and make yourself a tablecloth or a runner or placemats or napkins. So always think about that. It's so nice to have matching napkins with a runner or a tablecloth. Do fabric by the yard. So it's going to be florals on a quilted print. Number 4 is going to be all in pink with butterflies. I hope you love these. I hope you get so much inspiration and ideas from them. Like I said, if you don't do a table, you can use them anywhere in your home. These ideas and centerpieces. I hope you love it. I hope you got inspired, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye. Welcome to my tablescape, one of my first ones for May, and it's all about birds, butterflies, and flowers. This one is my bird table. And since my little birds are brown and blue, I decided to do my table in blue and white with touches of brown. This is one of my blue and white kind of plaid tablecloths I have. I have one that's a lot more tighter. This is a little bit more looser, a little lighter in color, and I thought it was perfect for this almost summertime. And this is Fabric by the Yard from Hobby Lobby. And again, you can make napkins. I didn't, but I'm using my denim blue ones here. So because I wanted a touch of brown, it's hard to see, I have my little wheelbarrow from Hobby Lobby, and I matched it to my brown wood charger here. But I have it filled with nests with little birds in it and eggs and blue hydrangeas everywhere. I just think it's so beautiful. I love blue and white and brown together. So to have this move over to my actual place setting, I have my brown wood charger from Pottery Barn. You guys can get faux looking chargers from Hobby Lobby also. And these were my husband's grandmother's dishes. And these are Countryside by Wedgwood. And this would be such a lovely, like a little lunch or breakfast. I think it's so nice. And I have a denim napkin that I've used. And my everyday faux ivory silverware and glasses. Now, I want to say something. I'm not as particular as I am in competition, but the silverware doesn't really match what I'm serving. Looks like I'm having some fruit over here. It looks like I'm having soup and an entree. Well, if I had all of that, I could use the fruit for this fork, my entree for these two items, but this is not a soup spoon. So technically this is incorrect. But you know, I have so much pressure during judging. When I'm at home, I just like to do whatever I want to do, if that makes sense. I'm still proper. The knife's still turned in so the blades are towards the plate. Anyway, I think this is so beautiful, but I didn't want to misrepresent what I'm serving and the utensils. All right. Oh, blue and white, so pretty. But you know what else I love? Pink and green and butterflies. Let's take a look at the next table. Okay, here's my next table, and it's in one of my other favorite color combinations, which is pink and green. And I decided to bring out my little white wheelbarrow from Hobby Lobby, fill it with green balls and pink flowers and pink butterflies. You can see these are all Anna Griffin butterflies. And I just kind of stuck them in the arrangement. I use little glue squares to just put them on the side of the wheelbarrow. And I scattered them around the table. And to bring those colors back to the actual place setting, I used a pink charger. I think this was from Walmart, actually, years ago. My white everyday plates, and then this Melmean hydrangea plate from Hobby Lobby. I have them in blue and I have them in pink, and I just think they're so beautiful. They have that touch of green in them. And then I made a napkin out of the same material. This is Fabric by the Yard from Hobby Lobby. You guys have seen me. I use this at Christmas. I can use this in fall. I can use it during summer. I can use it in springtime. So green is always a good color to get. All right, I hope you love this. I think this is so pretty. How pretty for a May birthday to have a pretty little luncheon like this, or a brunch. Anyway, all right, now we're going to take a look at a quilt that's just printed on the fabric, and it's all about flowers. Let's take a look. And now we have the sweetest table ever. You know, when I put this together, I was thinking how adorable for a baby shower or a little girl's first birthday or anybody that loves little ducks. Now, I've told this story before, but the reason I have this duck, which I think is absolutely adorable, I got her at Hobby Lobby, and she's kind of some type of a plaster ceramic. It's because she reminded me of my mom, some of the stories my mom would tell. When my son was a little boy, they lived in apartments with a little lake, and they used to go down and feed the ducks all the time. And then my mother told me a story about the bank she went to. They had a little outdoor area, and there was a family of ducks that were there. So my mom had an affinity for ducks and ducktails. And so when I got this duck, I felt like I had to name her, and I named her Audrey, which is named after my mom. Anyway, I thought that was appropriate for this month, which we just had Mother's Day, and I hope you all had a great Mother's Day. But I put her on the table, and I got out this pre-printed quilt fabric, because I did not quilt this. There's no way I could ever quilt anything so precise. Anyway, I've done this different ways before. I pulled out more of the yellow, more of the blue, things like that. And you could do that, but I pulled out the pink and the yellow. You know, I did that for Easter, and I just love that color combo, adding some white flowers and some eggs. But this is primarily around flowers. And I just love these little yellow flowers with the pink flowers, and then I put some little white flowers in there, and again, like I said, the little eggs. I put a little pink and white check bow on Audrey, and I think it pulls the colors out so pretty. Now I wanted to bring these colors and everything over to the place setting, so again, I used my pink charger, I think from Walmart. These yellow plates were from, I want to say they were either from Dollar Tree or Home Goods. I don't think I got them from Hobby Lobby, but they're distressed Melmean plates. I love those. I have them in blue and beige and everything. And then I have this cute little pink and white check plate I got at Michael's, I believe. And then this is actually the pink napkins from my Wicked table that I did. But anyway, I think it's an everyday faux ivory silverware and glassware. But I think this is so pretty. I just think this is, as a baby shower, would just be adorable. Or like I said, a little girl's first birthday. So, so cute. Anybody that loves ducks. All right, I have one more to show you, and it's all about the flowers. Let's take a look. All right, my friends, here's my grand finale, and it's a little wacko, I have to say. I put this together, and I go, do I like this? I don't know. I wanted to include everything. So I started with one of my most favorite tablecloths, black background. I used to have this print in my house when I had Country French. Red roses, hydrangeas, pink roses, yellow flowers, just absolutely beautiful. And I wanted to capture that. So I left Audrey on the table, and I put on a blue bow to tie in the hydrangeas, my two little topiaries that have butterflies. I wanted to include birds, flowers, and butterflies, my whole theme of my month in my grand finale table. And I did birds through the little eggs. And then I have red roses, pink flowers, blue hydrangeas, little butterflies. You can see I have butterflies placed just a little bit on the table. And it's kind of chaotic, but I think it's really, really pretty. It's starting to bring in that, we're going to go towards that patriotic feel pretty soon with the red and the blue. But I wanted to bring in all the flowers of my tablecloth. And how I brought this over to the setting, I used my red and white check charger from Hobby Lobby, white plate, my blue hydrangea plate. So it's kind of a play on the blue and the red and the pink. One of my red Country French print napkins, everyday faux ivory silverware, and stem glasses. And I think it's just really beautiful. And I add a little black and white check ribbon here just to make it different. But Audrey's the center of attention with the colors, her blue bow and her pink flower and her red rose. Anyway, you all, I hope you liked my tables. I hope you got a lot of inspiration. I do these every month with different themes, so hopefully you'll find something you like. Maybe just get yourself an Audrey, you know, and put her outside on your front porch or on your fireplace hearth, any way you want to, and she'll bring you such joy. And decorate with eggs and flowers and butterflies. I just think it just is so beautiful all the way through summer. And anyway, I hope I got you inspired to try some of these colors or ideas, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye. Audrey says bye too. Quack, quack.